What are speaking skills?
Speaking comes from English, which means to speak, or the definition of speaking. It states that communication is an exchange between people, knowledge, information, ideas, opinions, feelings, so that it must become a concept, idea, and follow from what they will say, or it can be called as an communication through. Communication is generally displayed in the phase of interaction and agreement as part of dialogue or rather verbal exchange. That's the definition of speaking. Through speaking activities, we can interact with the wider world community. In speaking, we seem to be doing the translation. In doing so, which indirectly makes our brain work twice.
What are the methods to improve speaking skills for students?
During English conversation, learning system must prioritize student communication skill because in that way students will be able to express themselves, to learn to follow the rules of the English language. When communicating, there are several techniques to teach effective English speaking. Discussion. Discussion can be applied when students will finish working on the question. Invite them to discuss the English problem they have been working on so that they get used to finding solution and conclusion. Role play. Another way to improve speaking skill is to play role play. With this game, the student will pretend to be associated with social contents. The teacher will provide information to student about the role play, and student will be faced with a problem. So, student will make a conversation in the case that will be experienced. Storytelling. This activity will get students to tell a story they have heard before. You can also create your own story to tell your classmate later. Storytelling requires a high level of creativity. Story completion. All students are required to form a circle. The teacher will tell a fairy tale with translated sentence. The task of the student is to complete the sentence with their ideas, can add a character, role, and description. This technique is a lot of fun. Reporting. Before coming to class, students are asked to read a newspaper or magazine, and in the class, they report to their friend what they find to be the most interesting news. Students can also talk about whether they have experienced anything worth telling friends in their daily lives in front of the class.
What are the learning media to facilitate students for speaking skills?
Whiteboard. Before writing on the blackboard in the learning process in the class, make a summary in the lesson plan to make it easier for you while in the class. At least we already know what we will write on draft in class. It should be clear and well organized. Bar graph, line graph, pie chart, and diagram can be drawn on the board before the lesson begins. Poster. Poster can be defined as a graphic representation of some strong emotional appeal that is carried out of a combination of graphic aids such as pictures, cartoon letter, and other visual art on a placard. It aims to convey a certain message, teach a certain things, provide an overview message. Posters have a great influence on student understanding in the classroom. Flashcards. In the classroom, flashcards are usually used to teach vocabulary or reading. In teaching and development, flashcards may have an image of a drawn symbol or painted on them. They are very useful for stimulating discussion in small groups, as well as for sharing information and reminding people of the recommended process with poster, research local situation, and pretest them.
Learning may have become an activity that is commonly done by anyone. However, it is undeniable that learning is indeed more identical as a school children activity, even though it has become a common and routine activity. Feeling lazy and bored often appears while studying. For that, we must have a strong learning motivation. Words of motivation to learn English can be a way to motivate yourself to study harder. Not only from the classroom, learning can also be done from various things such as life experience. Yes, often without realizing, the various things we experience in life have provided valuable life lessons. Word of motivation to learn English will also make us more sensitive to learn life lessons from the experience.